Oh, come on, Bob. I ain't got all night. Let's get this show on the road. We are getting ready to kick off this live stream. Get your thumbs up in, get your shares out, and we'll get started on this clickbait ASAP. Already one thumbs down. Gotta love the haters. Only one dislike. Yeah, don't worry. We usually end up with about 8, I think. Friday Fish Facts is here. What's up, Ron? I like start reading your name and then I like think, oh, I should just call you Ron, like Friday Ron Facts, or I don't know. But yeah. All right, let's get this thing going. Oh yes, and we already got a $5 super chat from Mike, the Fish Tank Barn Fish Store Funds. We will address that in just a moment, and we will get Brian by Bob a slice of pie fun. We're only 13,000 people away. Let me turn this off. Sorry, I forgot. I don't have sound on my computer, so I forgot that I had music going there. Let's say hello. Oh, I hate this view. I hate it. Here we go, much better. All right, Matt, did someone bring you here in person? Candy is here. Hello. Start at the top. Adams, hello. Okay. Chewy, Ginger, Adams again. Ginger, Kevin, Big D Smoke, hello. Chewy LTD. I'm repeating a lot of names here. Daryl Deemer, Adams Aquatics again. Maria, hello. Mark, hello. Scott, hello. Susan for South Lake City Aquatics, hello. Who else do we got here? If I skip your name, it's nothing personal. Alien World Aquatics, hello. Bare Bottoms Aquariums, none other than Bob Vance of Vance Refrigeration. I'm sliding back so I can kick my feet up and hope that I don't kick anything over. There we go. Ono's Fish Corner, hello. Matt DLR is on time, which is amazing. Everyone's saying hello. Gerson, excuse me, Gerson. Tiger Bite, hello. George Anna Naba Papalopagis from Yuma, Arizona is here. Cool beans. Dan Slee, hello. Mumble Bushcraft. Oh man, there's a lot of people here today. My clickbait is working. It's working, I tell you. If you build it, they will come. Fish store open. So, holy smokes, it's David Betancourt's Aquariums. I knew this clickbait would bring people out of the woodworks. How you doing, David? Yeah, I'm sure I missed some people. Like I said, it's nothing personal. Luigi, Reels Fish, Jay's Crazy Obsession. And yeah, my monitor is really far. Susan is not really from South Lake City or Salt Lake City. So that's just something like when she first started her YouTube channel, the very first time I saw her name, I was like, oh, it's Susan, and she must be from Salt Lake City. But no, that's not the case. But ever since then, that's just what I've said. So yeah. Shelby Ray, hello. Everybody else, hello. Hunter. Yeah. Yep. So anyways, let me get this out of the way. This is not clickbait. This does not say that I did open my own fish store. This is not me telling you guys what the pros and cons of owning a fish store are. This is me thinking about, and I have been thinking about it for a little while, like a month or two. And I've talked to Corey. I've talked to other people that I know, like in person. This is me asking your guys' opinions on, the pros and cons of opening a fish store. Like I know John is here. He owned his own fish store at one point. So I could probably get some pretty good insight from him and Lisa. And so, yeah, I want to know what you guys think the pros and cons are. And this is going to be kind of a weird shift for anybody that's been watching me for years, because I've always said that I will never open my own fish store. I never want to do retail again. I've got over 10 years in retail, over like 20 years in customer service. So it's something I didn't want to do ever, but I hated retail mostly because of the people in charge. Like I don't know, you find retail, like they put people in charge that just say yes and agree to everything, right? Which is pretty much the case anywhere. You know, butt kissers and yes men. And so you end up with people like that I wouldn't even want to or trust to run a lemonade stand, running like big giant corporations and making policies and procedures that just don't work. So it would be a little different because I would be at the top and I would make my own rules. And if I want to kick someone out, I would just kick him out of my store. Oh, look at that. Oh, see, something's happening. I've literally never seen this pop up on here before, but it's not getting the whole thing. That's really weird. Ginger Grays with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Con. You have to deal with the public. So, yes. I'm going to stop chat here, so I'm going to get pretty far behind. I think someone should open and close. Should open one close to me. Yes, Con's dealing with the general public. Yes, and it's really bad. It can be really bad. Banned because of other members in the family that are very predatory. John says, sorry, I checked out for a minute and came back and you said my name. What did I miss? Oh, we're just talking about pros and cons of opening a fish store. And I said that you had owned a fish store at one time, so I could probably, lean on you and get that you and Lisa probably have some valuable information. But the reason that I've been thinking about this lately, would you do fish onlys or reptiles too? I would start out as fish only. Reptiles is a whole different ball game when it comes to buying reptiles at a wholesale. There's basically like no money in selling reptiles. But so anyway, so let's backtrack a little bit. You guys, or most of you, I assume, know that my local fish store closed up shop a few months ago. Now, there was a fish store a little bit north of me that has also not officially closed, but it's hardly ever open. The owner is just really old and apparently is now having some medical issues. And so, I don't know, like I haven't been up there, but everything I read online says it's just closed pretty much all the time. And then you go up farther north than that to the next local fish store, and that one burned down a couple weeks ago. So there's literally like no local fish stores. The closest one is Aquarium Co-op, which is pretty far from me, especially with traffic. Like I went down to the Co-op on a Friday and it took 2 hours to get home. So that's, to me, that I don't really consider that a local fish store. You don't need fish stores opening near you. You need good ones to open near you. Why did it close, Bob? Kaler's Aquatics, if you're asking about the local fish store that closed down, so their lease was up and they essentially couldn't agree on new terms. So they were trying to, I don't even know if this is public info or if I should even be saying this, but basically what happened, so the lease was up, and instead of having a cap on the yearly increase, which was 3% a year, which is pretty standard, they wanted to change the cap to go with inflation. So if there's like a crazy inflation one year, it could raise over that 3%. And he was like, I don't want to do that. Like, and I wouldn't want to do that. I don't know anyone that would want to do that. Like, I mean, if you're opening your business, you have to budget and plan, and you don't want to have to like, hey, in December, I'm paying $1,000 a month, but thanks to the crazy inflation, I'm going to be taking on an extra $200 a month, and I'm just throwing these numbers out. I don't know. And so they also increased the cost per square footage, which he was okay with, but he just wanted a cap on the inflation. And they're like, nope, we don't want it. We don't want a cap. We want it to go with inflation. And so he was like, all right, well, inflation standard is 2%. Yeah. And so he was like, well, I'm just going to close down then. And then he announced on his Facebook page that he was going to close down. And then when they saw that he wasn't like screwing around, they're like, oh, psych, we're just kidding. You can stay here. And he was like, nope, too late. I already announced it. I've already, posted it. And so that's kind of the unofficial story. That's kind of what happened. So it's not like it went out of business or it didn't go out of business. It's not like it shut down because there was no business. It just shut down over a dispute. And he is an older gentleman too, and he also has another business of maintaining. So he has a aquarium maintenance business as well. So it's not like, again, it's not like it shut down because of, bad business. So yeah, so the opportunity is there. There's really, like I said, no local fish stores here, and I don't think it would be that bad to deal with the public under my own terms. Like if I want to kick someone out, you're out of here, buddy. Hit the bricks, which I would do. My other kind of con is one of the main reasons I got out of retail was to see my family again, because you work every weekend, you work every holiday. But if I own the place, then I can work whenever I want. If I want to close on a holiday, I'll close on a holiday. And honestly, I'll probably get a lot of flack for this, but if I did open my own fish store, I would only be open 5 days a week, and I would be closed on, I would be closed every Sunday and Monday. I would not be open, and everyone's going to be like, you're a retailer and you're not going to be open on the weekend. Well, I've spent enough time in retail to know that Sunday is just not a busy day. And it would never be more important than spending time with my family. So Sunday would be the day that everybody has off. We can do all of our barbecues and things like that. And it's clearly not a business killer to be closed on Sunday. I mean, look at Chick-fil-A. They have like the third highest grossing sales of any fast food restaurant, and they're closed on Sunday. So really not a big deal, I think. And do you think you can manage to stay open only 5 days? Yeah, I do. And I would be open. And again, this would just be to start. So I would do Tuesday through Saturday, like 11 to 7 or 11 to 8 or 12 to 8. I would probably see what the foot traffic is like per hour, like every hour, and then just kind of adjust the hours for the first couple months, because there's no point to open at 10 if I'm only going to get 1 or 2 people between like 10 and 12. So yeah, the first couple months it would kind of be hit or miss on the hours, but I would have enough data at some point to know when the primetime hours are. Michael Wall says, would you do saltwater, just freshwater? Just freshwater. So I would want to focus on what I excel at. And I'm not like a great master fish keeper, but I definitely have the most knowledge in fish keeping. Freshwater. So I probably would not bring in salt. Probably not ever, to be honest. There's not a lot of good wholesalers in this area, and a lot of them don't ship to your store. They only ship air cargo, and that would be a pain. So yeah. Scott says, and sorry I'm missing all your guys' chat, I'm just rambling on here. Hockey playoff run, you won't be selling crickets then? No. Nope. And honestly, there's already like a good reptile feed store in my town, and so I'm not really interested in stepping on people's toes, at least at the start. Maybe in a couple years I'll be down for world domination, but definitely not at the start. Deborah says Tuesday through Saturday is perfect. Yeah, so the logic behind that is, one, I have a day off. I have Sunday. Sunday would be my day off, and I wouldn't do anything business related, nothing YouTube related. And then Monday I could go in and do all the water changes and all the maintenance on the store. I could do the live stream from the store, which would be super fun. And I can just take care of, all the behind the scenes stuff then. And then just a normal, like 50, 60 hour work week for the rest of the time. Michael Wall, also another excellent question is, what would I name it? I honestly have no idea. I would probably open up like a poll on YouTube on here and let you guys name it, honestly, because I obviously can't name it Steenfott Aquatics. That would be ridiculous. But I don't know. And then, like, do I change my YouTube name to whatever my store name is? I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it. What city are you planning on opening a store in? It would probably be Marysville. Will you sell pie? No. Busy days are Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday, saltwater deliveries. Friday, freshwater deliveries. Yeah, so, like, Cichlid Exchange will deliver it whenever you want, basically. I mean, obviously they're not going to deliver it on a Sunday, but you kind of get to choose your delivery day, although most of the time it is Friday. Good point, Ron. What did Ron say? My LFS is open 7 days a week. Not terribly busy during the week, but packed on the weekend. I honestly don't think you need to be open 7 days a week. For a one-man operation, I don't think so. Co-op Aquatics. Go with Steenfott Aquatics for a name. I don't think I could. Maybe like Steenfott Aquariums, so people know. Like when I went to open up my LLC, I named it, Steenfott Aquatics. And she's like, "Are you like a diver, like a scuba diver? Like, what are you doing?" Like, and then I've had another person, when they saw my name, asked if I did like diving in a pool competition. So, yeah, I should call my shop Aquarium Corp. Corporation. Must sell taco on Tuesday. Looking for silent investors. I don't think I would need any. I've had some people offer already, and I would like to do it on my own. I feel like I have enough saved up to where. So I know what it costs. Here's the thing. So obviously I've talked to Corey many times about this. So I know what the cost is going to be to start it up and do it right. And then I know what the cost is going to be to just get it open and just get the doors open as fast and as ghetto and as, I don't want to say cheap, but like inexpensively. Like I wouldn't build it cheap. Like it wouldn't be like, I wouldn't have tanks on cinder block racks. One, because the city would never approve it, but I don't know. Does that make sense? Like, to do the auto water change setup and all of this stuff would be pretty expensive. Or I could do it inexpensively and do my own water changes and things like that. So if I did it that way, then I don't think I would need investors. You could be open 6 days and work 5, right? I wouldn't want to hire any employees off the start. I'd really want to get like a few months in. I don't think Corey... I'm not sure how long Corey went before he started hiring employees, to be honest. But I know the fish store that was there was open 6 days a week, and he was there for 5 years, maybe 3 to 5 years, and he never hired anyone. He had his daughter help out, but like never really hired anyone. Turning a hobby into a job can take the fun out of the hobby. Yeah, well, see, that would be the advantage of YouTube, because YouTube is definitely a job that does not pay well. Would you buy Dean's fish? Sure, absolutely. You would lose your mind if you didn't have a free day. No idea how Corey did it. He's crazy. Yeah. And it's so. I think the difference is like this would still be something I would do for fun. Like I think it would be really fun to build a store. I think it would be really fun to run the store. And if it's not, then I'll just close it down. Like I'm not gonna get butthurt over it, Like, oh well, I gotta go back into IT or, whatever. I would not be sad about it if it was not successful, but do auto water change, it would be worth it. Yep. I absolutely agree. Yeah. A lot of life is different when you work in the industry and you have a hobby around it. For me, I would work in a public aquarium if I was able, not a pet shop. So the problem with that is I have looked at like getting a job at the aquarium, and it's I swear they pay less than minimum wage. It's ridiculous. So it's the same thing with zoos and aquariums. Like you have to go volunteer for like months and months and months and months before they'll even like consider you, unless it's like some like high-end corporate position. Josh CX says, what about volunteers on weekends or something? So I've also had people volunteer for that. The problem you run into with that is they can't really be volunteers insurance-wise, unemployment, workers' comp, LNI, things like that. Even if they're volunteering, if they get hurt in your shop, then they will sue you. So you need employees. They need to be employees. You could do like 1099s, like a contractor sort of thing. But that's still like a huge liability that I don't think I would want to incur, at least not at the start. It's Fish Corner. Would you do internet sales as well, or strictly in-store purchases only? I think the start would be fish, to like focus on fish. It would be hard for a small store like that to compete with like Amazon prices or co-op prices. I mean, the co-op online sales are pretty ridiculous, and I'm pretty sure. I think he said this. I think like the co-op sells more Fluval lights than all the Petcos combined. Like, he can't compete with that kind of buying power. So why would I? Now, it is a valid question, and maybe eventually, if there's something that there's a market for that's currently not offered, I don't know. If your store fails, just turn it off and turn it back on. Yep. Terry says, do you think you could be afford to be closed on Sunday? I believe that it would be detrimental to not be open on Sundays. I don't think it would be at all. I know the markup on fish is insane. And no, I don't think so. Like I said, I did 10 years in retail, and Sunday was never a make it or break it day. Ever. Pow! I have no idea where this is coming from. Kaylor's Aquatic with the $10 super chat. I want to see the super chat banner dance. It is getting there. We are slowly getting there as I learn how to do this stuff. I'm way ahead of you though, Kaylor. I'm thinking about it. I'm working on it. I'm building something specifically for super chats and for members. You guys can't see my hands, but I'm doing super chats and members. Bob's Paper Company, no shortage of names. Bob's Aquatic, Bob's Fish Tanks, Bob's Aquariums. I would support Brian's suggestion. Uh-oh. You guys are going to have to, like, probably repeat yourselves a couple times. Then you can have your fish room, not at your house. Pro. Yes, my store would be my fish room. And so the reason I know that it can be... that a business can be closed on Sunday, because it's a specialty shop. It's not like you're going to a Best Buy or a Walmart or any number of stores that sell a wide range of things. It's definitely a destination store, and if you build your customer base right, they'll know not to drive out there on Sundays, and people will drive out there still, and they'll get mad, and they'll be like, why isn't this place open on Sunday? But really, where else are they going to go? There's no other fish stores in the area. So, unless you want to buy your fish at Petco. Actually, my rosy barbs I bought from Petco are looking amazing. But anyways, thank you for the $10 super chat, Bob. Out of towners can only make it on the weekend. I'd be open Sunday and close Monday. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna budge on not being able to spend time with my family, especially because I don't have my family on my own. So going out and hanging out with, my sister, my nieces, my nephews, and my parents, that can only happen on the weekend. So I'm not gonna give that up. I don't care. Like, I could make enough money to be afloat and pay the rent, all that stuff, make money without being open on Sunday. I have absolutely no doubt. And if you told me that, if you stayed open on Sunday, you'd make $5,000 every Sunday you'd be open, I still wouldn't care. I wouldn't. It's not worth it. I've been there. I've done it. It's not worth it. How long did Corey work before he pulled a paycheck? Honestly, Terry's Tropical Tanks, I don't know. And if I did know, I probably wouldn't say. So maybe I do know, maybe I don't know, but that's kind of his that's his finances. So if he wants to share, that's fine. And maybe he has shared. I don't know if he has, but if he hasn't, I'm not going to be the one to share it. They will go online, unlike everyone else did. Should be closed Monday, Tuesday. Again, yeah, I get it. I knew I was gonna get a lot of flack when I say I'd be closed on Sunday, but especially football season around here, nobody comes in. And I've been to the fish store here on Sundays and hung out for hours, and not a single person came in. So it's not going to be detrimental at all. Somewhere not in the general Seattle area. What? To counter your statement on a customer base, this area with its horrible traffic to most work means Sunday is a big business day. Again, I gotta disagree. I've worked retail on Sundays for like 10 years. And while yes, you will make money on Sundays, some Sundays you don't. Like I worked like high stress commission jobs. And Sundays were terrible. Sundays were they were always terrible. Corey has shared it on a live stream. I don't remember how many years it was, maybe 3. Yeah. See, I really try not to talk about specifics because I can't keep up with what he shared and what he hasn't. It's up to us to help educate pet associates if we know more. Ted says, I put white clouds in my 350-gallon in-ground garden pond with my 6 goldfish. Should I feed them in water below... Wait, should I feed them in water below 50? Your white clouds will need to eat, but I know a lot of people don't feed goldfish when it gets below 50. As long as you sell online on Sundays, you'd be golden. You forgot Bridges and Snohomish, Bob. Well, actually, I didn't forget Bridges and Snohomish. I just don't consider them to be any type of competition whatsoever. That store, let me say, I haven't been there in a few years because it was so bad that there was no point to even go there. And I used to go there, so I used to go to Snohomish like every week, and every week I would stop in there. Maybe it was every other week, but I don't know. But trying to get someone to help you in that store was impossible. And you go in there, and they're always, again, this was a couple years ago, I don't know if it's changed, but they have this massive fish section, and then in one corner they have like a desk that they all, and it's not like a desk like down here is my desk. It is like way up here. You can't see over it. And that's where they would all hide. They would all hide back there, and they wouldn't come out and help. And the other reason why I feel they're absolutely no competition is their prices are absolutely insane. Insane. I've talked about this before. They were selling stir-by cories, not even adults, stir-by cories at $18.99 a piece. Have you ever seen stir-by cories, like one of the most common Corridoras ever, priced at $18 each? And then I was like, I even brought it up to him, and I was like, is this a mistake? They're like, no. I'm like, all right. I mean, if I open a fish store and I sell my fish for that much, I'd be a millionaire for sure. So yeah, I don't consider Bridges and any type of competition whatsoever. Would you sell plants? Absolutely. Again, I probably wouldn't sell them online. What do you think about albino bristlenose plecos and a 20 long with black sand and background? Any plant ideas for this setup? Bristlenose plecos and a 20 long. I will tell you, at most I would only do one, because they do get 5 to 6 inches. There it is. Wham! Huzzah! Candy Overalls with a $5 super chat. I want to see the super chat pow you in the face. Oh, it is powing me in the face, isn't it? Hey, it gets me off camera for a second. I'm okay with that. Well, what is this one now? Oh, it does it for subscribers too? I just got a new subscriber. All right. I did not know that. Joel says, thank you, Candy Overhauls. That's normally her saying that. When Stir by Corey's first hit, yes, they were very expensive, and zebra plecos were reasonable at that time. Yeah, we're not talking about when they first hit. We're talking like a couple years ago. The Fish Life says, wait, Bob, are you opening a store? It's something that I've been seriously considering for about a month, maybe 2 months, which is kind of a shame. I wish I would have thought about this before my local fish store closed down, because I could have had like a turnkey store, but like all the racks were demolished. Um, you know, it was nice. It was pretty nice wooden racks, and yeah. So, oh well. Store with fish shipping, right? Probably not. Although, actually, you know, one of the reasons I don't ship fish right now is because I work Monday through Thursday, like 7 to 5. Like, the time the post office is open, I'm at work. And obviously, I'm not going to ship fish on a Friday. So, that's pretty much the main reason I don't ship fish now. Um, I would say if it is profitable and worth my time, then yes, I would ship fish. Does Corey know about this? Absolutely. Corey and I have been talking about this for on and off for the whole time. Like, he was the first person I told. Um, yeah. Corey doesn't care. He knows I wouldn't be any competition. But yeah. And if done right, stores should be like building up and helping other stores. It shouldn't be a competition. At least that's how I feel. And I know, like, it is possible for stores to be in the same genre and not compete. Maybe not like compete, but be somewhat symbiotic of each other. For instance, my local fish store sold Current, and Corey sold Phoenix at the time, and Fluval. And so when someone would go down there, you know, they would want like a Current light. He would say, hey, you know, the store up there sells them. And then when someone would go to Aquapets, he would and want like a Phoenix light or something, they'd be like, hey, head down to the co-op. So they also, you know, you don't always have the same fish in stock at the same time. So I don't think anyone's too worried about it. Last week we were discussing your passing. This week, opening a fish store. Ginger Graves with the $2. How did you do that? Wait for it? How come that's... Do you guys see that? Oh, you guys might not see that. How come it didn't pow... Oh, there it is. There's the pow me in the face. It was delayed. You can steal Dank Tanks. It would be a good name. Yeah, that would be an interesting retail name for sure. I don't know how you did that wait for it thing, though. I've never seen that. Oh, I was going to read your question and answer it on this live stream. Sad part is they closed because of bad business. They would literally get mad when people ask for info and order stuff online, like supplies and other stuff. Yeah, in supplies, I mean, I would have supplies, but I don't think it would be like... I think the fish would be bread and butter. I'm going to see if I can find your your comment on my video. I'm really glad that you were here tonight, Ginger. This was a long one. Let's see. Where is it? Where? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to... Holy smokes. Okay, so this is a comment that Ginger Graves left on my last video, but there's a lot in it. So instead of like responding to the comment, I was just gonna read it here. So the first question is, do you feed your ponds? Yes, Ginger, I do feed my ponds. Oh, I thought my mic cut out. It's almost at that time. Maybe another 10 minutes and the mic's gonna cut out. Yes, I do feed flake food a couple times per week. I was letting nature feed them. Then I got worried. I threw in some flake food every couple... Yep, same with me. I thought about putting a retaining wall around mine or even digging partway into the ground. If I do this, there's a distance from the house. Oh, what is... So you're asking what distance should your pond be from your house? That, I don't even know if I want to answer that because I don't want to say 6 inches and then have that leak and like kill your foundation. But 100 gallons, it's a lot of water, but... If you think about it, you probably get a lot more than that just by rain. So, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about if it's leaking. I mean, I got 2 350-gallon totes. Like, one's 3 inches from my house and one is like 6 inches from my house. So, I'm not too worried about it, honestly. Not the best answer, but again, I'm certainly not like a foundation expert. So, um, if I kill my foundation from my ponds, I'm gonna be, well, you know what? That's what renter's insurance is for, I guess. You said you got all of Corey's wood. Yes, I got all of the wood out of the 800 gallon. I loved it. Hey, mine. You bought you bought too much wood. That's usually the case when we go to a fish store. We buy too much something. My 100 gallon tub crashed last month. I have no idea what happened. Everything but my common Pleco died. I found him drained in a tunnel. I thought he was dead until he picked up and moved. I threw him into a 95 gallon kiddie pool that I was letting nature fill up with rainwater. He seems to be doing okay. He's about a foot long now. I'll have to give him to my LFS for rehoming. Oh, I guess there was really only a couple questions. Sorry about the crash, though. I still don't know whatever happened to my pond, and I'll probably never know. Any more questions in here? I need solar panels. If you find a good one, share with us. If I find one, I'll share. I think I have found a unit. It's $150 on Amazon, and it comes with the solar panel and the battery, and I think a case to put the battery in it. And if I buy it, I will absolutely make a video of it and show you guys. Okay. What did I miss here? What did I miss? Crystal, hello. Crystal is here. Joseph is here. Hello. Supplies is return business. It was a really long comment. You'd be able to supplement Corey with different livestock. Honestly, I would honestly try to mimic his store as close as possible. Not necessarily with like livestock, but yeah, I think with livestock. But obviously, like there'd be times when our inventories are different. Well, there'd probably be a lot of times our inventory is different. And I think it would be really cool to have two stores like that. So the thing that I always loved about going to like fish stores or reptile stores is seeing something different. And if you have two different fish stores bringing in different fish every week, I think that would be really awesome. I think it would give a reason for people to come back. Bob, do you still have the Egyptian mouth brooders? What's the best food for them? I do still have them, and the best food for them, I don't know. They eat everything. I drop in hard-boiled eggs. They eat that. I drop in shrimp. They eat that. They eat flakes. They eat frozen, freeze-dried. All kinds of stuff. Like, I've dropped in algae wafers. They've eaten those. So I think your best bet is just variety. Just variety. I always said if I owned a fish store, it would be the same. Our local store is Big Al's. Our local store is Big Al's. Is that the place in New York? Scott says, I'm out. Rethink this business plan. Okay. For someone who has a small biz, I would give 2 pieces of advice. Don't count on business to provide anything but bare necessities. And then when you finalize your budget, double it. Yep. Absolutely. Saltwater, if you're asking if I would have saltwater, the answer is no. Big Al's is also in Toy Story 2. Yeah, I always felt like as far as coming up with a budget, it would always be double. It's like when someone comes up, like a contractor comes up with an estimate, you're like, yeah, it's going to be at least double that. Best target market is what Corey is doing nowadays, especially with certain types of places like Vancouver. It's basically a nano tank that you're allowed to keep in apartments now. Yeah, I think community fish is definitely the way to go and the thing to focus on. Would I begin to breed more fish? Probably not. John Bedker, $100 per square foot to start. Yep. That is the number that I've been given. Big Al's is the Canadian big box pet store chain. I knew I heard of it. Bob, are you going to be at Aquashella or the Aquatic Experience? Joseph, I will be at neither of them. I think you should name your biz Steenfott Aquatics. You already have a brand, I would say. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it probably wouldn't be terrible, but I don't think it's like the best. Duke Nukem says I might have some exciting fish news. Well, do share. Skip the store. Get Dean to let you sell his fish online. You could run the additional tanks if the business takes off. Dean has a strong brand. RJ Riz. I don't know. I don't want shipping. I said that I would. I said that I might ship fish if it was like financially viable. I just don't know that that's ever a can of worms that I would actually open up. Like if I own my own fish store and like you guys came to me and were like, "Can you get me this fish I've been looking forever?" And if it was on my wholesale list, then yes, I would order it and I would ship it to you. But if some random dude on the internet wants to buy a fish and have me ship them to him, I don't think that's what I would want to do. So, I don't know. It sounds kind of weird, but I feel like I would be able to tell people no. Like, I don't need your business. Like, as long as I make enough to pay the lease, like, I'm going to do what I want. Which sounds weird, I know. I'm going to have to ship fish soon just to get you your fish, Bob. Yeah, it's been crazy, man. It's been really crazy. This whole last month or two has just been super busy. Boom, all I need to hear. Big Al's closed down in Calvary as well. Time stamping that for future reference. I have a colony of gibiceps and a 55. Looks like I have a bonded pair. They swim together constantly, and one is for sure a dude. The other is smaller one, which I'm hoping is a female. That could potentially be pretty exciting. You are right. I've thought about this before. If I had a store, I would only sell live plants and like only stock the most popular plants and mass order to offer lowest prices. So there's a problem with that, and one of the problems is that wholesalers have a hard time keeping up with it. So that's going to be your problem. Like if you're going to order in the amount, you'd have to order the amounts like aquarium co-op orders. And I've seen some of the orders that have come in where he's ordered like 10 million of this plant and they send him one because that's all they have. It's a problem. It's definitely a problem. Know your market. Yep. Like I would not sell African cichlids at all. You can't even give those fish away here. It is really hard. They're a super specialty fish around here that is pretty rare that people want. Especially because our water is just not good for them. Guppies, on the other hand, I mean, you can make a lot of money selling guppies in this area. Endlers. Livebearers and community fish and shrimp. That's like where it's at. Ron says, dinner time, gotta run. Oh, I was going to show you what I got for blah. I was going to show you what I got for dinner, but I left it somewhere. I went to the beef jerky outlet today and bought way too much beef jerky. So that's what I'm going to be eating for like days, and my toilet is not going to be happy, but I love beef jerky so much. So good. I got all kinds of different flavors. I don't even know what flavors I got. No, I definitely brought it in. I didn't leave it in the car. I'm not going to leave that kind of valuable stuff in the car. Nope. Oh, I feel like I need like an ottoman or something to put my feet up. I rearranged my live stream. So before, like I was never able to move my chair back. Like I could never do this before. Like there's a reason I was always up here in my live streams before, because I could not move back at all. But now, like I've totally cleaned out this whole room, and I can like slide. I got to order a mat because I'm sliding all over the carpet right now. But yeah. Beef jerky for dinner and ribs for dessert. So yeah, anyway, so now I have like all this room to kick my feet up, and so like, I'm sitting here with my feet up right now, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need something comfortable. I don't know. I'd probably fall asleep though. I don't know if I've ever done that on a live stream. I don't think so. Lazy boy time, yes. I could just sit here and like a lazy boy that had like the massage feature, and I'd just be like, A store that sold just live bears would be boring. Yes, I feel like a store that sold just any of one thing would be very boring. I'm going to have to call Bob Vance of Vance Refrigeration to look at my plumbing. Feet swelling bob? Is that a thing? I don't know that my feet have ever been swollen. That's a weird question. What's your... That's weird. What is your average pH there? Mine runs 6.8 to 7 out of the tap. It's right around 6.5. 6.5 with practically zero TDS. Like, I could do salt water with the water right out of my tap. It is seriously soft. But yeah. If I were you, I would double up on the brick and mortar and sell fish and CBD. Fish and CBD. Like CBD oil? I don't know what that is. Just sell gravel. Only Rainbow's Fish Store. It would definitely be community fish. Like, if you're thinking about this, so you have like these big South American fish that are cheap. Like most of these like big South American fish you can buy cheaper than like a rainbow fish. You know, so like you could sell one of those for like $10. It's gonna take up so much space in like a 20-gallon. Like you could, you know, they're fry, so you could have a group of them. But you know, you can only have one per tank, or you could buy this rainbow fish and you can have 20 of them in the same tank at $15 each. I feel like it's a pretty obvious choice, but you know, so community fish all the way. You give discounts if you buy. You know, I would do discounts to encourage buying schools of fish. So if you buy 6 corridoras, you'll get a discount. If you buy 12 of something, you'll get a bigger discount. I would do discounts to help the fish out, if that makes sense. Like I would never let someone come in and be like, I want one of those and one of those and one of these over here. Nope, you don't get any discounts for that, and I'm not even gonna sell them to you. You'd probably sell Gary Lang's rainbows. He would not give me rainbows probably if I owned my own fish store. There's a reason for that price gap though. Same for epistogrammas. They take forever to be ready to sell. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. But I get it. But this is a place where you have to like value your square footage. So I don't think like a tank of the Black Nasty cichlid, like you could have maybe 6 of those in a 20-gallon, or I could have like 100 neon tetras. Like that 100 neon tetras in that same space is gonna make way more money than like a half a dozen of those of any of like the South Americans. But I like 25 turquoise, please. Yeah, I'm trying to get like 20 to 30 yellow rainbow fish, but I think the only way that's gonna happen is if I open my own fish store. Bob, is the customer is always right? Absolutely not. That motto's been dead for a long time. You should set up a display tank lounge, get a liquor license, and sell craft beer. I'd have a drink surrounded by Planet Tanks. Yeah, the only problem with that is that I don't drink anymore, so I don't know. I don't know about that idea. Instead of Corey's local soda machine, you could have local beer machine. Yeah. If I still drank, maybe, but... Bob, my line of work the customer is always right until I decide you are not my customer. Exactly. I mean, I do have a lot of patience when I need to have a lot of patience, but I don't have a lot of patience for stupid things, if that makes sense. Whoever said the customer is always right. Oh yeah, that would never fly in my store. In my experience, the customer is mostly wrong. We just have to grin and bear it. That is true. That is absolutely true. The price is wrong. Will you live stream the shop 24/7 on someplace to make more money? No. I feel like if I was live streaming 24/7, I probably wouldn't make as much money. Like, there comes a point when there's just too many live streams. Like, if I didn't have a job, like I thought like I could live stream like an hour every single day, but even at twice a week, like it already becomes kind of saturated. And Friday is pretty goofy. I do a lot of stupid, goofy, corny stuff on the Friday streams. That's kind of like Friday morning, those streams, and there's only been 2 of them, but it's kind of like where I can just like, I don't know, It's my Friday. Well, actually, technically, it's like my first day off, and I don't know. I'm happy. I'm feeling goofy. I do stupid stuff. I experiment with things. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But on some platforms, sure, there aren't. Wait, there aren't something of the right ones. But on some platforms, there was a saltwater guy that streamed all the time. You know, it's funny. Like, there are channels that stream 24/7 in addition to releasing videos, and they just stream their videos like 24/7. And I don't know, unless it's like a music channel, I don't really see that doing well. 80s music for the win. Oh yeah, I totally 80s it out. Yeah. I know you said no on saltwater, but I imagine coral has a large markup, and it would provide a challenge. The problem is, RJ, is I know nothing about it, so I would never be able to sell it. I mean, I know very minimal, very minimal. I'm not a saltwater expert by far. Like soft SPS, hard FPS. At one point, I knew the difference, but right now I couldn't tell you the difference because I haven't looked into saltwater forever. So, like, someone would come in and ask me about saltwater, and I would like have to fake my way through it, and they're gonna be like, "Dude, this clown doesn't know anything," and then they're not even gonna want to buy freshwater fish. So I would rather just focus on the things that I do know. I would never guarantee fish. If it's alive when it leaves the store, it's yours. Yep, I would have no fish guarantee. Absolutely not. There are a ton of coral vendors out there. Yeah, but it's not really different than plant people. There are so many plant vendors out there right now. And unfortunately, a lot of them are bad, but, you know, it's so easy for anyone to get a wholesale account that there was a time when it was profitable, but now people have figured out that anyone can get a wholesale account for plants. And not like a real wholesale where you're buying plants at like 50, 60 cents each, but you can still get wholesale accounts from places where you're buying plants at like $2 or $3 a piece, which obviously is still way cheaper, but you know, there's not a lot of hobbyists that need to buy $300 worth of those fish every single week. But there are people on like Aquabid. It's easy to see them on Aquabid. They're just flipping wholesale plants as fast as they can, and it's just a constant game of them undercutting each other. Zap, Chris is here. I'm here. Had to put away 4 75-gallon tanks I just got. New or used? Did you get them at the $1 per gallon sale? How will you quarantine, Bob? I would probably do like a quarantine room. Absolutely. I think there's a lot of value in that, and I think it adds a lot of value as well. Have you considered part-time IT and part-time store? Alec, I have not, because one, I don't care enough about IT. I have zero passion about IT. The only reason I got a degree in IT is because I knew I could always get a job, which is true. So I would rather just quit and, you know, focus on my passion, something I care about. And if I fail, then I can always fall back. You know, I have the degree to fall back on. And it's not hard to get a job in IT at all. Can't find my readers. Shake my head, feeling old. Hi, Susan. Have you considered? Yep. So I'm also in a unique situation. How can I say this? I don't want to share. I guess I've shared this before. Like, I don't have any bills besides, like, you know, a cell phone bill, obviously. But as far as, like, I have no credit card bills. I have no car payments. All my cars are paid off. I'm actually selling one of my cars to maybe fund this little venture. So yeah, and I wouldn't be, and I wouldn't have to take out like loans or anything for it either. So, I mean, I would be going into my savings for sure, my retirement, but who cares? Anyways, we got, looks like Daryl Deemer with the $5 super chat. Duke Nukem, I love the comic book look and feel. Yeah, the chat. Why is the chat not on the screen? Oh, there it goes. The problem I have with the chat is that really, really long messages they get cut off. And I haven't figured out why that is yet. But it's a learning process. I feel like the animation is a little too overboard here. Basically, the setup right here is for me, and there's two windows here. The right window is not for chat. It's supposed to be for someone else that's on a webcam. So there's some things in the works. Maybe we'll have some people on here, but that's the whole idea with the two windows. I just stuck the chat in there because I made the window for the webcam, and I was like, I'll just stick the chat in there. But I did have to chop it so it doesn't get really long messages. Congrats and good luck. Like I said, it's not it's not something that I'm like 100% doing. Just something that I've been thinking about almost 100% of the time. And people have been really supportive. Like, people I've told, like my close friends, family, they've all been super supportive. I'll be your first guest. I wish that was true. I wish. And I don't doubt it. If you were local, I would bet you would be there. You can only get 200 symbols per comment. Yes, Deborah, but I think once you hit around 100, I think your message gets cut off here. I was testing it yesterday. It was actually kind of funny. I set up this live stream yesterday, and we had people in the chat, and we were just, I don't even know what we were talking about, this stupid stuff. But it was nice to, it's always nice to chat with people. The people that come to pre-funk, I usually show up about 5:30, and we have a nice conversation before the stream starts, and talk about stupid stuff. He means first guest on the stream. Oh, I guess that would make sense. You haven't been on my stream, have you? I know, so I know that I went on your stream and then you quit YouTube. So that's how good of a time it was for you. True story. You can go look it up. Like, we literally, it was John, Corey, and I did a live stream on John's channel, and then he quit YouTube. He was like, this guy is like the future of FishTube. I'm out of here. Sorry, Corey, but I gotta bail. YouTube is gonna go downhill from here on out. I'm just kidding. Of course, YouTube, FishTube is blown up. People are skyrocketing past me, and I think it's super duper awesome. I love when people pass me, especially when they're friends of mine. I get a lot of enjoyment out of that. I've been invited to one stream, and that was Friday Fish Facts. Haven't you been on Corey's stream? I feel like you've been on Corey's stream. So here's the problem. Here's the problem I'm having right now with having people on here is the people, like the other, like you not being green screened presents a problem. So, and two, the software, like you can't green screen on Google Hangouts, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how, like, one of the biggest tech companies in the world can't give you a green screen feature, but it does work when I green screen on other people's channel with like Skype, but that's a pain. So I really haven't found it like a good solution. Obviously, I don't have to do these ridiculous graphics to live stream with someone, but it's like the one I did with Michael's Fish Room, where I couldn't green screen because we were on Google Hangouts, and so it was like me with a green sheet behind me, which is just terrible. It looks stupid. And I know not that people care. People don't watch a live stream to watch the live stream. They're here to listen to it mainly, and at least after the facts, after the live stream is over. But yeah, I don't know. Scottish Aquatics, yeah, I think we were actually over 150 people. The clickbait worked. It was successful. This clickbait has been successful. Google hates privacy. No green screen for Google Hangouts. Call-in streams. We're getting very, very close. I got my dedicated phone for the call-in. I got this bad boy right here. Boom. This is the Motorola Razr. Hello. I'm just kidding. So yes, I probably shouldn't have turned my phone off. But yeah, call-ins would be fun. Me calling people. Who have I called? You guys remember when I called Rob? I called Rob on the live stream. I've called Jeffro's Fish Keeping on the live stream. I've called him during his live stream. That was actually pretty funny because he wouldn't put his phone on silent, and I kept restricting my number, and I just kept calling him over and over and over. It was pretty funny. There's a way to do it through Discord too. Clickbait definitely worked. Red Rocket, that is a very funny trolling comment. Very funny. You can buy the Matrix phone now too. Whoa, we got over 100 likes. That's pretty crazy. If you don't do this, can we get this hour back? Nope. You can never get this hour back. So one of the other obstacles that I think I'm gonna have is like code, like city code, city ordinances. I don't necessarily, I don't know. It's just something I suppose I need to research. Like things need to be like earthquake proof. Like they need like earthquake straps, or I don't know. So yeah, all stuff that can be researched and found out. I guess it's not that big a deal, but just more obstacles. Where's Jeremy been? Sergeant Tanks. I think I heard that he was taking time off. Obviously, he's not here, but I don't remember why. Look at all the green we have in chat. That's super awesome. Gosh, I don't remember why. The bat phone, yeah. You called Nisi? Did I call Nisi? You can buy the Matrix phone now. I don't even know what the Matrix phone is. Mike says, I saw him a couple weeks ago. Jeremy is doing family time. That's what it was. That's what it was. Sometimes you need a